Dude, listen. Elden Ring brought in a lot of new people to the From Software franchise, and they are going to learn something very interesting about From Software DLCs. The DLC is always unhinged. The DLC almost always is going to be way worse. If you think that like Millennia is like a devastatingly hard opponent, now imagine if all of the bosses in the DLC are like that. Are Milena and NMP IRL streaming? Bro, I don't know why you're asking me that question. Why don't you go and check on your own? What? It's so funny when streamers, when chatters will come in here and be like, bro, why are you guys watching Hasan play this game? Go watch Kai. Is Milena and Nick streaming? I don't know, man. I genuinely don't know. I mean, I love those guys, all of them. Go watch them. They are great content creators. I just don't know why you're coming in here to ask me about it. I am willing to make a bet that, and like no disrespect to everybody, but I'm willing to bet that there were more community members in my community watching Kai than watching me play Disco Elysium. And you know, that is the state of affairs here. A lot of you are very vocal about what kind of games you want me to play on stream, and then when I do play it, you're like, maybe not so much, maybe not as interested or as invested. So I mean, there's no, I would never be able to do what he's doing. I would never be able to put my body into that position. I am not young like he is, going for like what, 200 300 fucking hours at this point, literally sleeping on stream, not leaving his goddamn room, and playing 24/7. I personally think that is admirable. I love what he's doing, especially considering that this is a gaming platform, and when he does shit like that, it shows that it's still a gaming platform very much, you know, and that makes me very happy. You literally do that every day. Yeah, I know, but I can't do that for gaming. I do that for something else. I do that for something yucky and gross, politics. It's crazy because the game mechanics are so simple that it's not as annoying as other games. Also helps that you've played DE before. I was planning on playing Elden Ring before the DLC again, but now I'm a little bit insecure about doing it, because like, how can you follow that? As you guys know, I finished it on stream, but I did finish it with the cheese. But anyway, this is a new Elden Ring DLC enemy, by the way. What the fuck is this? Fearsome foes, unfathomable power await you in the realm of shadow. Dude, listen, Elden Ring brought in a lot of new people to the From Software franchise, and they are going to learn something very interesting about From Software DLCs. As a person who mainlines the regular games and rarely ever participates in the DLCs, I will tell you this much. The DLC is always unhinged. The DLC almost always is going to be way fucking worse. If you think that like Millennia or whatever the fuck, Mikola the Blade, I forget the name now, is like a devastatingly hard opponent. Now imagine if there are, if all of the bosses in the DLC are like that. Sekiro DLC wasn't so bad. Did Sekiro have a DLC? I don't remember that. Did Sekiro even have a DLC? No, I don't think it did. She is Millennia, Blade of Mikola. So here's the thing. Sekiro, to this day, I will still stand on this, is the hardest From Software game, and also perhaps the best. And that is because there's only one way to operate. That you can't overpower. The amount of cheese that is available is incredibly limited. It's just pure skill. Okay? It's just pure skill. It is the most pure skill related, most rhythm related game out there. And Millennia, the Blade of Mikola, is basically like, From Software does this thing where they will take bosses and plant them in these games that basically operate on the mechanics of the other games. They had this in Sekiro as well. There was like a Bloodborne style boss in Sekiro where the entire game you've like basically formatted your brain to operate a certain way. Sekiro's a rhythm game. right? And then all of a sudden now you're like trying to do fucking iframe dodges on this demon of hatred boss that is like a Bloodborne boss. And so for me, I think the fact that you can't farm and the fact that you can't overlevel, and this is something I've talked to with like other much better From Software players, and they have agreed with me on this as well, like people who literally do this professionally. I think that that makes Sekiro the hardest one in the franchise, in my opinion. And also it makes it the best one in the franchise, in my opinion, as well. It's my favorite one, as you guys know. Having said that, however, Elden Ring was incredible, and I'm glad that more people are really enjoying it. I'm glad that entire new communities are getting invested in From Software. It's great. Do you remember Your Name is King, Kill Unk? Yes. It's stuff like that, like my Nameless King battle that took over a year for me to even get back to it. And things of that nature, honestly, are great. Like that is something that this platform will always like celebrate. You know what I mean? No matter what your political opinions are, no matter where you're coming from, I do love personally the fact that everyone will get together and cherish someone having a real gaming moment and will give you your flowers. You know, like me fucking playing Sekiro, quitting and then taking an entire year to get back to it and then playing it all the way to the end. This is one of those instances, like, and Kai's doing that right now in front of a massive audience and doing it in a very like grand way. And I love that. I think it's great. Gaming is great. I love games. Would you ever run back Ghost of Tsushima? Not really. Probably not. Sekiro DLC was the boss rush levels and a new version of Owl. Wait, what? Oh. Here's you defeating Melania after 2 days only. Yeah, but I dude, come on. I did Mimic. I did Mimic. Like, yeah. I was over leveled. I mimicked. Over leveling is fine, but I did Mimic. And that's a huge, that's genuinely helpful. You know what I mean? Mimic, over leveled, bleed. No. The fucking over level or bleed is like valid. Get the fuck out of here. But Mimic is like, Mimic in and of itself. You said it was skill based. Now it's Mimic cheese. We're not talking about Sekiro now. We're talking about Elden Ring. Okay. And yes, Mimic is like definitely in there to make the game easier. And I definitely used it. And at the time I advocated, that it was valid. However, having said that, it was still a relatively difficult game. It made it easier. The Mimic made it easier. But also remember, I beat Radahn before they fucking nerfed him. So I had my own difficult moments. So that is something you can't take away from me. Because like when you first play the game, sometimes they do end up changing the dynamic quite a bit. And Malekith killed your Mimic so quick, so you had to learn that fight. I mean, no, my Mimic is still alive here. Look at this. My Mimic is the one who kills it. Feel good after every person that I yelled at. Like it just doesn't even feel good. It wasn't even. Oh, I mean Radahn. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Radahn did fucking clap my shit. Either use Mimic or fingerprint shield to beat Melania. It did feel cheap. I should play this again now that my hair doesn't look as fucking awful. I don't know. Radahn, especially before the nerf, pre-nerf Radahn was fucking insane. Remember, when the DLC comes out, I need to start playing again because I want to play the DLC and I want to get prepared and ready for the inevitable fuckfest that I'm going to engage in once again for every shit talker that I murked. Because remember, okay? Remember, never forget, every single person that talks shit in the chat, I rip them, okay? I 1v1'd every single chatter. I 1v1'd every single fucking chatter and absolutely destroyed them. play on PC pussy? No, because that is how you get fucking owned. Okay? And I don't mean get owned by like 1v1 on PC, but that's how you literally get destroyed by hackers. And which I have done before, and I have gotten fucking destroyed by hackers playing other games, if you remember. I'm good. Copium hackers? What do you mean? It's 100%. Suck equals hackers? You'd lose the deed to your house playing on PC? No, I wouldn't. No, I fucking wouldn't. And also, oh my God, you guys are doing the cope. This is exactly what people said. They were like, bro, you're fucking talking shit. I'll destroy you. And then I did. I melted chatters. Like, it was like a 35W run. I died like one fucking time. It's so funny. And then they were like, oh, you're cheesing. Okay, you were also cheesing. This is exactly what it's like when you play. It's just funny because, like, I thought that would have put an end to this conversation, and yet motherfuckers are still chirping because they forgot about it. Chatters had Moonveil too, and they would still talk about it. They would be like, oh, Moonveil cheese. It's like, bro, so are you. You were using Moonveil too. You had like 3 days of only PvP because nobody believed you were good at the game. It was so funny. Yeah. It was pretty funny that every single person would be like, no, dude, you suck. And it was like, literally, I died one fucking time. Some of your chatters, you got so angry playing Elden Ring, you spat out your gum. It was so
Asshole,
funny.
are you shitting on my dick? What is happening right now? I had it again. I almost had it again.
Oh my God. Remember when I had a legendary run where I 2-tapped Margit and then literally died like 12 times to this like overpowered spirit that I wasn't supposed to fight at that point, and I did that over and over again? Okay, anyway, let's go.